Hi, hey Russ here. Welcome back to the shop. You're going to have to put your OTB hat on for this one, because I'm going to show you how to take the Incra Jig and make templates so that you can easily lay out your work on many different boards accurately and consistently, or you can take and make one template and use it to cut finger joints on the table saw. And it only takes you a couple of minutes to make any template you want. The Incra Jig comes with the capability of not only using the scale, and I've shown you using this thing, and every time I've used it up to now, I've always only used the ruler scale that comes on the Incra Jig. Well, Incra Jig also has the other side here that you can put templates in. And if you buy one new, I bought all mine used, and one of them happened to come with this set of templates. And all it really is for this particular jig is there's like 6 different plastic inserts that fit down in this recessed area on this side opposite of where the ruler scale is. I don't actually use these. If I want to template something, it seems like I'm always going to make up something that I want to use that's not on here. And most of my templating that I have done up to now, I tend to just do like finger joint type templates rather than a triple. Could I do a triple one? Yeah, that wouldn't be hard to do. I could set something like that up on the jig. But what we're going to talk about here right now is we're going to focus on how to set up templates on your jig, no matter where you're going to use it. And then in my next video, I'll show you how to use the jig and actually use it on your table saw with that jig, with that template that you made, and cut out some very unusual finger joints. So let's say, for example, here we want to do 1-inch fingers on finger joints for a job. Let's say you want to do 2 boxes and you want to put 1-inch finger joints on them. So what do? Well, the first thing I did is I took this half of my jig, and in the area where I would normally put the factory supplied template, and I just put a piece of painter's tape in here, and then I went along the inner edge where the recess is on both sides, and I cut it with a marking knife so that I had this nicely and neatly laid right in here. And now we're going to take this and we're going to turn it into a template. So if I wanted to make this into 1-inch increment templates, I just take it out and I can put this together. And I'm going to bring this all the way over to 0. And I just set it there. And it dropped down into the teeth, so I know it's not going to move, and it'll pretty much stay there as long as I keep just very slight pressure here. Then I can take my marking knife, and I go in here, and I cut across the tape. Then I move it up, and in this case, I wanted to make a 1-inch finger joint across it. So for this full scale, I'm just going to, just for simplistic purposes, because I'm going to use the 1-inch scale all the time, so I left this one on here so that I can use a 1-inch scale, and I don't have to look at my scale to do it. I can do it right from these pieces of tape. So what I do is I start at 0 and I make my mark. I moved up to 1 inch and I drop it down, and because this is the Incra Jig, I know I'm dead on 1 inch right now because of the scale. And I come back and I slice that tape again. And I do that for each 1-inch increment on this. Then I come back with my knife and I peel off every other one of those. So now I ended up with 1-inch increments. And what that does for me now is that if I want to take this here and I want to use it on my table saw, or I want to use it on my router table, or even use it just to lay out a whole bunch of boards that I'm going to do, because I'm going to cut these by hand, so I got to mark every board. That means 16 different layouts I have to do. This template will make that job a heck of a lot easier. So I will take you in the next video, and we'll take this template that we make, and we're going to make something really eyeball. We're not going to use this one. Anybody can do 1 inch. We're going to do something really strange here, and I'll show you that before we're done. But now I want to take this and I want to use it on my table saw, I can do that. But if I also want to just use it to lay out all my boards and then cut them by hand, I can also use it that way. So once I've got these all laid out, and if I want to do it right here on my table and mark out a board, I can lay this board here. This is a 4-inch board, and then I put a spacer here so that my jig is even with the top of the surface here. And now I can take and just quickly lock this down. And now I can take, whoops, I didn't put that on there right, did I? It's got to go this way. No, I'm not going to edit that out. So I lay this down this way. And now I can use this jig to mark out this board. And then when I'm done, I just snug this down with my bench Wonder Dog. And then I take and I now slide this over to the edge of the tape, drop it down on there, and I mark this with a knife. Move it over to where I want the next tape, where the tape ends, and I mark it. Then I go over where the next mark is, drop it down, so I can quickly and easy now mark out every single board with my line, so that my layouts will all now be exactly 1 inch apart. And I didn't have to think about it, I didn't have to measure it, I didn't have to worry about making mistakes, and it made it easy. And you say, okay, big deal, 1 inch increments. You know, that's not hard to do even with a ruler. Well, what if you were doing something very strange? Let's say you're going to make 2 boxes now, but instead of 1 inch evenly spaced joints, you want your fingers to be oddball shaped. Let's say, for example, you have a 6-inch wide board and you have your fingers 1 inch, and the fingers on the other board are going to be 1.5 inches. Now, when you try to lay that out with a ruler, it gets a little complicated. But let's go a little further. We're going to go way outside the OTB box here. What if we did this one instead? This one has a 1/2 inch finger, a 1 inch finger there, 1.5 inch finger there, 2 inch finger there, and a 2.5 finger there for 7.5 inches wide. And you go, why in the world would I ever want to make a joint like that? I don't know. But there it is, and I could do that joint and make both pieces, and they'll fit together when I'm done very accurately by using this and my table saw. And the way you would do that is, let's lay this joint out on my Incra Jig, and let's make that template so that we can make that joint right there. It'll be a one-time joint, so when I'm done, I can just peel up my tape and throw them away, and everything's back to normal. So it's not even where I'm going to be wasting anything but a little piece of tape. So I have my tape set up right here, and now we're going to increment this out. And let's start with, take my knife, and let's move this 1/2 inch. So I'll move this over to the 1/2 inch line. There it is. Okay. And now I mark it with my knife. Then I move it over 1 inch from there, which is to 1.5 inches. Drop it down on that mark. And now I mark it with my knife again. Move it over 1.5 inches. So now I'm going to move it over to the 3 inch mark. And let's mark it again. Now I have my 1.5 inches. Now we want to move it over 2 inches. So now I'm going to move it over to 5. And I'm going to mark it out. Then we move it over one last time for 2.5 inches. So we're at 5, so we're going to go to 7.5. And we'll make our last mark. Now we can take these pieces out. So we're going to leave this one here. And we come back to this one at the 5" so we know that this one is going to stay put. So we go here to the 2" one, and let's pop that one out. So I just go in here and I very carefully take that out. Then I come over here to this one and I take that one out. This is now ready. That's my template now to do that pattern of finger joints. So now I can take this anywhere I want and make this pattern on it. For example, I have this board here which is about 7 inches wide, so we're going to come off just a hair on the last finger, no big deal. Since it's the 2.5 inch, it'll just be whatever's left. And we take this and we set it here and we start. Now we need to space this up so that it's about the same height as my workpiece. So I'm going to put this on here. We put this all together, make sure everything's square, and I put a clamp on it right here. Now we're going to take and move this pattern over to my piece of wood here. So I take this and I go to the edge of my tape and I drop this down on there. And now I know I'm right on the edge of my tape, and I mark this up. I mark it. Then I go over to the next cut edge, lay this down on there, and I mark it. Then I go to the next one, and I mark it. Then I go to the last one. Uh-oh, I was wrong. This board isn't that wide. How wide is this board? Ah, this board is only 4.5 inches wide. Ah, no contraire. No, we're not going to edit that out either. Let's turn this board sideways. So I'm going to take this off. And let's turn it this way. Like so. Clamp it down, snug it down on this end here with my Wonder Dog. Now let's cut this, now let's mark this out. Now again, I would mark this out normally with a knife if I was doing layouts. But I'm going to do it with this. So there's the first mark. There's the second mark. There's the third mark. And there's the fourth mark. And then that's it. So now, let's take this off for clarity. So now I have these all laid out. 1/2 inch increment here, 1 inch increment there, 1.5, 2 inch, and 2.5. And I didn't have to think about it. Now I can go through and I can mark out all my boards in just a couple of minutes using the Incra Jig. So using this, laying out your boards is awesome. Instead of laying out on these boards, I could just as easily take this over to my table saw, and I'll do that on my next one as well. Actually going to take this over there and we'll use it over there. I can now take this, and that's a template that I have on there till I take it off. That gives me a 1/2, 1/2, 1 inch, 1.5, 2 inch, and 2.5 inch finger. And I can consistently lay that out, both sides of that joint, accurately with this jig now using my template. So I don't always have to use just a scale. I can make my own templates and make any kind of pattern that I want. And I can then take that pattern and apply it to 16 boards on the ends to be able to lay it out and hand cut them. Or I can take this and mount it to my table saw and I can cut all those out as finger joints on my table saw accurately. And we're going to prove it to you in my next video, because we're going to take that template, make 2 boards with that layout, and see how it comes out and see if it fits. Hopefully I won't have to edit that video either, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you understand what I'm talking about here. Templating on here, and we're going to go over some other things about how to template. If you have any questions about how to do something in particular, give me a holler and I'll see if I can show that to you. But this thing has a lot of capabilities to use it as a template. Like I said, I could easily do this incremental without any problem, without doing any math once I set it up. But there's some other tricks you can do with this that I'll show you too. This is a very powerful tool to use in both laying out and cutting things out on your equipment, whether it's on the bandsaw, on the sander, on the router, or on the table saw. It doesn't matter. Very handy. Anyway, I do want to thank you for coming by. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. There's lots more out here that we're going to show you. If you like this video, if you learned something new here, hit that like button. Most importantly though, would you please come back again, because we're nowhere near done. Thanks, and we'll see you again very soon.